NBA insider Mark Stein reported on Friday that the Los Angeles Lakers are examining whether they want to part ways with All-Star forward LeBron James after the season. James' agent Rich Paul announced in June that his client was exercising his 2025-26 player option, which is worth roughly $53 million. Furthermore, the Lakers have also embraced the idea of building the team around All-Star guard Luka Doncic, who is only 26, while James is 40. Stein wrote that he believes James will leave Los Angeles and join another franchise to play his last few seasons, because the Lakers will no longer be willing to build around him while they have Doncic. However, Lakers insider Trevor Lane doesn't think that's what's happening and gave his perspective on the situation. If you are the Lakers or LeBron James, what this means is his contract is expiring. This doesn't mean the end of your relationship with LeBron James, Lane said during one of his latest YouTube videos.
No.
Of course it doesn't.
Why?
Because we don't know what's going to happen this season. He noted that he credits Stein for his reporting, but doesn't believe the Lakers are pushing James towards retirement. No, what we're talking about is future flexibility, Lane added. If the Lakers find success this season, then of course they would be open to bringing back James. There is optionality on both sides, including LeBron as a free agent. He said the two options are either James could take his talents elsewhere, or Los Angeles could offer him another contract. Furthermore, if James' contract expires but the Lakers want to re-sign him, they have other assets to release or trade to make room for his deal. Just because the contract is expiring, that doesn't mean the relationship is breaking up, because if the team does great this year and goes on an improbable run to win the NBA championship, I would be shocked if they didn't, Lane concluded. The 2025 NBA offseason has already rewritten the league with many elite stars moving teams already. The Houston Rockets completed a staggering 7-team blockbuster, landing Kevin Durant, while Damian Lillard's injury-landed departure from the Milwaukee Bucks and subsequent stretch led to his exit. Bradley Beal found himself on the veteran minimum, joining the Los Angeles Clippers, and we might not have seen that coming. Amid the revolving door of stars, LeBron James opted into his $52.6 million player option with the Lakers for 2025-26, maintaining an aura of uncertainty over his future and fueling speculation. Even teams like the Dallas Mavericks are gunning for the NBA title in 2025-26, and the Golden State Warriors are always in the hunt as long as Stephen Curry is still in his prime. With all these big teams and names we are floating around, we propose 3 blockbuster trade ideas involving the Lakers, Mavericks, and Warriors that will see LeBron, Anthony Davis, and even big man Zion Williamson moving teams. Let's dive in. San Antonio Spurs acquire LeBron James to pair with their talented core. Proposed trade details. San Antonio Spurs receive LeBron James. Los Angeles Lakers receive Devin Vassell, Julian Champagne, Kelly Olynyk, 2026 first-round pick, ATL, 2028 first-round pick, BOS. In this scenario, the San Antonio Spurs swing a jaw-dropping deal for LeBron James, pairing the 40-year-old superstar, 24.4 ppg, 7.8 rpg, 8.2 APG, with Victor Wembanyama, 24.3 ppg, 11.0 rpg, and De'Aaron Fox, 23.5 ppg, 6.3 APG, to crafting instant national relevance. The narrative practically writes itself, LeBron mentoring Wemby, igniting a fanbase in need of excitement, and giving NBA purists the coup of the decade. ESPN would run with the storyline. The prodigal king arrives in San Antonio, redefining their timeline in a single move. Spurs fans thirsty for a playoff identity get one blockbuster snap. For the Lakers, the return package, Devin Vassell, Julian Champagne, Kelly Olynyk, plus 2 first-round picks, 2026 pick via Atlanta, 2028 via Boston, reorients them toward youth and flexibility. Vassell offers cost-controlled upside at guard. Champagne adds rim protection, 9.9 ppg, 3.9 rpg, and Olynyk, 8.7 ppg, for 0.7 rpg, gives a veteran big body. This trade underscores LA's pivot to building around Luka Doncic and shedding cap strain. It's ruthless and forward-thinking. However, this deal carries a massive risk for both ends. San Antonio gets an aging LeBron whose no-trade clause and superlative legacy give him considerable power. The Lakers could lose immense marketing value and star leadership. Meanwhile, the Spurs gamble their future on one season of LeBron's production before his inevitable decline. It's bold or delusional, depending on your view. Dallas Mavericks move Anthony Davis to the Boston Celtics. Proposed trade details. Boston Celtics receive Anthony Davis. Dallas Mavericks receive Derek White, Anfernee Simons, 2031 first-round pick, BOS, 2027 second-round pick. Put bluntly, this is Dallas cutting ties with Anthony Davis, 24.7 ppg, 11.6 rpg, in a move that would shock every cable sports show. The Boston Celtics suddenly get a defensive anchor, a pick-and-roll destroyer, and a finals-level star to pair with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. It's continuity with room for elevation, a pairing that terrifies opponents across the East. Boston GM Joe Dumars would get props for swinging big under pressure. Dallas, by shipping AD for Derek White, 16.4 ppg, for 0.8 apg. Anfernee Simons, 19.3 ppg, a 2027 second-rounder and Boston's 2031 first-rounder, commits to youth and cap agility. Derek White is a versatile guard who fits the next-gen retool. Simons is a scoring spark, and the pick bridges future flexibility, while they develop Cooper Flagg and Kyrie Irving's brand-new Mavs core. It's handing over a loud present for a quieter rebuild, with plausible upside. Yet it stings. Trading Davis could render the Mavs defensively vulnerable and cost them veteran stability. For Boston, relying on health is dicey. Davis hasn't been injury-proof this season. And for Dallas, losing championship-proven grit in exchange for draft capital and role players is bracing, especially if Flagg doesn't fast-track like they expect. Golden State Warriors go all-in for Zion Williamson while retaining Jonathan Kuminga. Proposed trade details. Golden State Warriors receive Zion Williamson. New Orleans Pelicans receive Draymond Green, Brandon Podziemski, 2027 first-round pick, GSW. 2032 first-round pick, GSW. Golden State decides to toss the role-player model aside and chase seismic upside. Zion Williamson, 24.6 ppg, 7.2 rpg. They send Draymond Green, 9.0 ppg, 6.1 rpg. Brandon Podziemski, 11.7 ppg, 5.1 rpg. Plus their 2027 and 2032 first-rounders to the Pelicans. Zion's power and inside scoring would bridge the gap between mid-tier ceiling and championship threat, with Kuminga still in tow. It's daring in that signature Warriors couture. Splashy, bold, but potentially transformative. This trade would instantly shift the West's balance and alter the Warriors' marketing forever. Imagine Zion in Bay Area social media content, link stat lines between him and Kuminga, two explosive forwards, and Curry finding a new lob conduit. If healthy, it elevates Golden State from fringe to finals contender overnight. Of course, there's a mountain of baggage. Zion's durability concerns are well documented, and the surrender of Green's leadership and identity muddies Bay loyalty. Podziemski is unproven but tantalizing, and the picks are key assets if things crash. The Pelicans emerge with culture and depth. The Warriors roll the dice on peak ceiling. It's high risk, high reward, even reckless if you ask purists. The Los Angeles Lakers are working on building a contender around last season's blockbuster edition of Luka Doncic and could have their eyes on a player named the biggest steal of free agency. James Herbert of CBS Sports noted that former Boston Celtics star Malcolm Brogdon is still looking for his next NBA home and could be a bargain for a team that lands him. After a couple of years in Portland and Washington, it feels like it's time for the veteran guard to get back on a winning team, Herbert wrote. If healthy, he could be a real bargain for a contender. It was only 2 years ago that he won Sixth Man of the Year in Boston. Bleacher Report's Timothy Rapp named the Lakers as a team to watch for Brogdon, who has shared his admiration for Lakers star LeBron James in the past. Speaking to Brandon "Scoop B" Robinson, the former NBA Rookie of the Year said he believes James is the greatest of all time and disagrees with those who use his longevity as an argument against him. At 40, I think that LeBron is playing at a higher level, but I think medicine and I think science has come a long way, Brogdon said. But I think also longevity has to be counted for LeBron. He's the first player in this game to have longevity that is counted against him. You know? It's one of his downfalls. Brogdon was a solid contributor for the Washington Wizards last season, scoring 12.7 points with 3.8 rebounds and 4.1 assists per game.